Yo, how's it going, everyone? I hope you're having a lovely day or night wherever you're at. I'm having a pretty chill morning myself. So, yeah, everything's going pretty well. Staying hydrated out here, in summertime, it's scorching, dude. It's absolutely scorching. But yeah, I'm here today to speak about something that comes to my mind often as I grow older. And if you have read the title, that is exactly what I want to speak about. Why the journey is more important than the destination, or at least why I think so. And I think many others also think so. This line is said from Ralph Waldo Emerson. He's essentially a genius from the 1800s. And yes, I believe in the fact that the journey is more important than the destination. See, think about it. If you're to reach your goal, let's say you finally become an astronaut, are able to go up to the moon, that sounds pretty sick. Like, dude, if I went to the moon, I'd actually be hooping it up and I'd probably be actually pretty decent for once. But yeah, let's say you finally reached it, the moon, then you come back home. Now what? See, now I do believe that we as humans, once we are done working or accomplishing something, we deserve to relax. That way we don't get burnt out, which is honestly one of the worst feelings. And I have gone through it a few times, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people have. And I think it's just something that happens no matter where you're at or what you're doing. It just happens. It is something that sadly happens. But what can take the sadness away is that from being burnt out, we can learn a thing or two from it. But now you might ask yourself, what's next? See, to be observant is to see that many of us are very similar. The strange truth to finally reaching the top of the mountain, I like to call it, is that we might not know what to do next in our lives. And see, I'm speaking in metaphorical terms. And what I mean by the top of the mountain is, you're climbing this mountain, you're doing all this work, you're grinding, you're working, and you finally feel like you have reached the top of the mountain. And then once you're at the top of the mountain, it's pretty chill. It's like, I made it, right? You blew up. Maybe your video started doing well on social media, or your music is doing well, or your artwork is finally getting the recognition it deserves, or even just working a 9 to 5, you're just back and you got like a 2-day weekend or something coming up, and you gotta celebrate. Maybe get a little drink, get in that party mode, but not too crazy. And on top of the mountain, we feel like we have it all. It can be one of the best feelings to finally reach your destination. The journey, man. From all the battles and experiences to reach our destination, finally, it's over, we may say. Except it is not over. Something that happens occasionally to, let's say, artists, is that after reaching the top of the mountain, they don't know what to do, or even just for a regular person. And something common that happens is getting into some real dangerous and downright disturbing habits, such as drinking too much, feeling less about themselves, and much more. I think you know other scenarios there may be. So yeah, basically this reaching the destination conundrum. We never fully reach our destination until we simply leave this earth. I really do feel like we as individuals are constantly walking down a trail full of pain, laughter, profoundness, and even love. The trail we walk on and all these paths we take shape us up. Like whether you met someone who changed your life or traveled to a new area much different than what you might be used to, the possibilities and paths are endless. The journey basically makes us who we are. And I don't know where I'm heading in life, but I definitely want to keep walking down life with my head up, even through all the tough moments. This life is precious. Not living it fully would honestly be a waste. Like, dude, we will even go through side quests, which could give us more lore as a person. I guess you could look at it like a video game. Even after completing the game's main story, you can still roam around and just explore the world, do whatever you want, basically. Just don't end up going out of bounds. Pretty creepy stuff. And I think the best thing you could do for you and even for others is to have close and genuine relationships and to stay away from the darkness, which is another metaphorical term. The journey never ends, and who knows, maybe even after life, there's another lifetime of journey. But eventually, the journey must come to an end, and to be proud, or at least mostly proud, of the things you've done, that's what matters. At least I think. And this is something that a lot of old people will regret. Right? They wish they lived a different life. They wish they did all these things. I don't want to wish that I lived a different, more ambitious life. I will live that more ambitious and meaningful life because that's what I want, and that's probably what you want. I mean, dude, all these journeys I've been through, all these paths, like, dude, it's crazy. Just life takes you to all these places, and honestly your mind and heart takes you to these places too. And even your environment, I mean, who you're around really can make you feel certain ways. Where you're at can make you feel certain ways, and whatever you're doing can make you feel certain ways. And I feel like life is just all about trying these different things and going down these different paths. And sometimes we often look too forward to the future, or sometimes we look too much into the past and wish that maybe we chose something different, anything like that. And it's a tough one. I think a lot of people definitely feel that. If you don't, I think that's amazing, because that's probably why a lot of people have a lot of regrets and even resentment for themselves. And usually people like that really aren't good people. See, I've been telling myself for quite some time now, just try to make wise decisions. And I think no matter how old I am, I'm always going to make a couple decisions that aren't the most wise, but for the most part, you just gotta use your head. You gotta use your head. And a wise man once told me, use your spidey sense. Anytime I use it, it's worked out for me. And yeah, like I said though, the journey really just makes us who we are and can totally define us. And the destination can as well, even after you reach your goal or whatever you want to call it. I think that the only thing you could do is keep going and maybe even trying new things out. I think a lot of people do that. I think that's what life is all about. It's just trying new things, you know, and it doesn't have to be every day. It doesn't have to be something so crazy, but someone like me, I definitely like trying like new foods. I think I've talked about that before. I'm like, even something like that, you know, kind of, it can make your day better, whether it's not good, you know. I mean, yesterday I just tried a Filet-O-Fish from McDonald's, and I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of surprised. It was not that bad, and I don't really eat McDonald's. But yeah, the last thing I just want to say is just cherish the journey, even if it's very difficult or not very difficult. But someone like me, I've definitely been through many difficult and unsure times, just kind of throughout my life. And I just feel like because I went through so much, I feel like there's like a bit of nostalgia, even with the hard times. I think just because you're younger, I mean, when you're younger, you like to look back. But I think because for me, it's just, I didn't know any better. And sometimes not knowing any better is nice. Like that one saying, ignorance is bliss. And someone like me is quite self-aware about a lot of things. At the same time, I'm just, all these paths I went down and the ones I'm going to continue going down. And even for you, we're going to end up somewhere. So try not to worry about what's coming up or what's next, at least too much, because life definitely speaks to us sometimes in very interesting ways. I guess I'll call that a wrap. And yeah, I really hope maybe this could make you think in some certain ways. And it honestly makes me think in a lot of ways too, because I thought of this for quite some time too, this specific topic. Yeah, I guess I'll be heading out. So yeah, hope you have a lovely day or night wherever you're at. And yeah, see you next time.